Kingfisher, as an oil field, is operated by CNOOC Uganda Limited on behalf of joint ventures. The joint venture partners include Total Energies, E&P Uganda, includes Uganda National Oil Company that is taking forward the government interest in those licenses. Oil resources are finite. What that basically means that they are depletable. So with time, as we produce them, it gets depleted. But while we do that, we have to ensure that it is being managed in a responsible manner so that we can get back returns on investment. You should know that whenever we discover such a resource like this, we always want to attract the best investor to come and try and develop it. And that's why we look for one that has not only money, because that's very important, but also the technology to develop the resources that have been discovered. I think the problem is both, but can you capture?
The land rig, it has a capacity of drilling 8 kilometers, but as you've had reservoirs right now at between 3 to 4 kilometers, so it's quite able to do the job. It has many different components. We have mud pits, many different systems, a well control system, which are used to actually manage and make sure we have control of the well.
Our reservoirs lie between 2,800 to the deepest is 7,000 meters. That is 7 kilometers below the ground. So this drilling rig can reach the deepest reservoir and still have a wind of 1 kilometer as a contingency. So this is a state-of-the-art rig. It's using the most recent technology on the market. It was built and constructed in China by COSO, our contractor. It is fully automated. It is soundproof. Drilling is going on, but you cannot hear any noise. So that means there is minimum interference with the neighboring community. We are going to be drilling 31 wells on 4 well pads. Most of these wells are directional. Directional means as you drill, you can deviate as you access the oil. Most of the exploration work was already done, and we are sure that we have oil under the ground. So what we are drilling now for is to access the oil. After all this is done, we shall hand over to the production team. We shall drill complete, hand over to the production team, and we'll produce the oil. So we are confident that we have the oil. We've actually drilled one well to the TD, that is the target depth where the oil is, and we can confirm that yes.
Kingfisher will be producing at 40,000 barrels per day. And at 40,000 barrels per day, we expect to produce for about four years, and then we start going down, the production will come down. But that production will be supported by the Kaisotonya fields that are meant to come at least 4 or 5 years after first oil. And the Kaisotonya fields include Mputa, includes Nzizi, and includes Waraga. All those have production license currently, and those will be used to support the production at Kingfisher. But we are not going to affect the water. Why? Because it is about 2-3 kilometers deep. That is where the reservoirs are. And we are drilling from the surface and we are deviating towards the reservoir which is under the water. That in itself is a modern technology that we couldn't do in the last 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. We couldn't do that because over time we have improved in technology. We can now drill better, we can now complete better, we can now reach we can do extended reach in our well drilling, and that has enabled us to be able to even develop an area like this, which could have naturally been affected by the fact that we have water bodies here. How would you drill a vertical well easily on water?
Right now, we are seeing a lot of the value that Ugandan companies are getting. I'll talk to, first of all, the ECOP districts where we have had so far over 280 businesses trained. At that point when we started, we struggled to find businesses that had even formalized. By formalizing, we mean just businesses that have registered by URSB, are paying taxes, the basic things. But now those 280 businesses, of those, over 50 have qualified to register on the National Supplier Database. More than 30 of those have actually done contracts and have delivered and earned as a result of their business in the oil and gas sector. So in terms of the impact of the contracts And these initiatives, we are actually seeing it.
We have casual laborers that are working under the contractors. These are 100% people from the area. And we employ these people under the different projects. We also have CSR activities that have been carried out in the area of operation. We all know about the best performers. We know that the community has also gained with the road. Mr. Felix talked about how we used to move from up to down the camp, but now we have a motorable road that also communities use. We have the market. The market is that facility there with brown and white. I think you see brown and white. That is the market. We also have the health center that has been, when there is development, of course you expect influx. But also it's important to note that government has also picked interest in this area. So now the medical facility is funded.
We are at the border. You may ask, how about if we discover tomorrow, that our oil actually extends to the Congo? I first of all want to give you comfort that actually the source rock I talked about, our seismic data that we have acquired right now, shows that we are tilted. We have a tilted block here in Kingfisher that is tilted something like this. It's tilted more, it's deep towards the Congo side and it's elevated towards the Ugandan side. What that means is that with the concept of buoyancy, oil will always flow upwards as a result of something known as buoyancy. And because of buoyancy, it is always known that oil is less dense than water. So it means that oil will be floating on top of water. Because oil floats on top of water, you will always have a tendency of having a pool with water below and gas on top. Okay? And what happens to that? So when you have a source rock which is tilted and it is down south, it's down deep, it means that the migration will always be going towards the up deep of that structure. So generally speaking, one would say because the organic matter is cooked in the source rock, that should be the kitchen. And so if the oil pool is being produced up deep of that structure, then you can, by analogy, you could say that the oil is being cooked in the kitchen and the dining hall is in Uganda.